How y'all doing out there? Episode of the Blackeffect says the Black Enterprise. It's your man, Nico B. Let me go ahead and get into this because I like to get into it quickly. I don't like to waste time. The Metaverse is going. The Metaverse, the Metaverse can make you sick. The Metaverse is, you should be careful in involving, involving yourself in the Metaverse. You should be in engulfing yourself and immersing yourself in this virtual reality. You're a human being built to live in the real world. Don't adopt this mindset of transhumanism and all of this shit you seen on the Matrix. And these is movies, man. But a lot of movies have a lot of shades of truth to them. Like we all know, the Matrix is very powerful and iconic, and it has a lot of elements of truthfulness to it. But one of the things, the big theme of it is that technology going awry is man pretty much creates his own enemy by trying to play God and do that. He wants so bad to be like to follow Satan in his ability to play, or in his pursuit, I'll say, to play God, because we all know Satan can't hold a candle to the Lord. And we all know that people, us as primitive human beings, it's very arrogant for you to try to have do some of the things that you attempt to do on this earth, and have such a arrogant mindset that you can do the things that the living God has done. Like, this is a very powerful being. This being to get you up out of here. This being don't care about your plans and stuff like that. You can't escape God in the Metaverse. He'll find you. See, I recently saw an article about you have people working in the Metaverse right now, like doing tours and stuff like that. But my brother has an Oculus for his son, and I played it one time, man. And I went over there. I played it, and I just tried to get used to it for a while. I mean, it was hard. Like, this game, like being in that world was making me nauseous. It was fun, but being in there too long, it makes you nauseous, bro. Like, cause it's not the real world. God has ordained things, people, shapes, elements, smells, touches, things that you see in the visual world, in the real world. These things are tailor-made for you, for human beings. That if you, like, for some people, the way the human brain works, for some people, that if you show flashing images to them, you just show flashing images within an email, they can have a seizure, an epileptic seizure, damn near ruin, ending their life. Now, on normal people, I could see that same thing and nothing will happen. But it goes to show you, like, you could tweak that, and there are some things for normal people that'll make them sick or go crazy, or you know what I'm saying? And these things, people don't get it. You don't get that. Get your butt out of these get your butt out. So I even take breaks from social media in there, man. I can't deal with it. Like, social media, it just be too much nonsense. And I find it being negative now, more negative than positive. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, if people bring the human element to the Metaverse, it's not gonna matter. You have a movie, my brother just sent me the clip to this movie. This is a movie, I think it's a French movie, and it's about robots turning on humans. Basically turning on them. That's what happens. See, why the robots see that, look, man, that, I am a better specimen than you. That's what the theme is, because human beings, like I said, if you bring that, don't matter if you try to escape to the Metaverse or what, if you bring that human element that you have in the real world, it ain't gonna do nothing but cause chaos and destruction within that realm. That's why God himself can't let everyone into heaven. Because if God just let everybody into heaven, they'll turn it into what's going on now. This earth can't even sustain itself. This earth, it's gonna be over. It's like it's not gonna be here forever. This earth is gonna end one day. And I'm not saying just in some in the rapture, in biblical rapture, but that is, it's gonna become hand in hand. They gonna be one and the same. The people, the chosen people of God gonna be up out of here or gone before that, long before I believe that happens, that the earth just is destroyed. But human beings aren't so great. I mean, we know that. And I'm one of them, so I can speak from experience. But you had the guy who had a job in the metaverse, and I heard it was an article. It was people talking about how it was making them sick to be in there. You in there, you got to think about it. If you got to spend 8 hours with this thing strapped to your head in a virtual reality sim that, like I said, don't have the same color spectrums, elements, visual cues, things that trigger the senses and brain, that can be, I could see how that could be weird. I mean, feel weird and take a lot of getting used to. Making something, people be having withdrawals from that stuff. Look at the game, man. Me encountering glitch trap in there. Look at the game Final Night at Freddy's. I think that's the name of the game. FNF. Where you had there was a animatronic, it was a killer. He was a serial killer. Basically, he was like the Lawnmower Man. Basically, the serial killer transferred his consciousness onto a computer code, and they called him Glitch Trap. So, in Glitch Trap, in turn, could possess people and get himself. That's how he could get himself into the real world, is to possess people from the computer simulation, which was Glitch Trap. People, if not careful, they can have, they whole MK Ultra, all this stuff. If people they don't even pay attention to what their kids be looking at on this stuff. If people not careful, they gonna have a lot of you could have people being recruited and brainwashed. You got on these Oculus, all these people playing these shooting games and war games. You could have people being brainwashed and indoctrinated right then and right there. The more and more that they tweak these things and come out with these different games and different elements to the metaverse, basically trying to just have people live their whole life there, you're gonna start seeing a lot more people have these unique illnesses and problems that come from that. Trust me, mark my words. Vertigo, nigga, all these brain, like I said, nigga can have a seizure by just looking at flashing images. Look at the movie. I know a lot of people, like those who my comic book fans and video game heads, the Geek Squad, I basically call them. Y'all, for all of my fellow geeks, you remember the movie, the first Street Fighter, the infamous Street Fighter with Van Damme and Raul Julia. When you saw Blanca, which was God, that was the worst Blanca they could have ever done. But when you saw Blanca, and he was getting programmed by Dalcine, M. Bison needed him to become a killer. He needed him to become a crazed, deranged killer. So what they did is they hooked him up to a visual audio machine, and all it showed him was just crazy imagery, just random imagery. Kid getting shot, this, a dictator committing mass genocide, just crazy imagery, just talks. Talks that's against you, propaganda that's against you. Say you're a black man, you just see somebody just saying just Hitler all day, just them images they played for him. And at the end of the day, that was geared to break him mentally and make him a killer. That was geared to brainwash him. And you people is willing, some people is willing to get brain chips and or get stuff put in their spine, getting things put in they. You saw the movie Upgrade, man. Now I'm definitely not one to think or be in the mindset that human being. I'm in the mindset that humans are only gonna get so far anyway. They can only do so much. They don't have the ability to do what God has done. They don't. God has created a whole reality. God has created a whole has created life. No human beings not, it's always some it always has to be just some less just simulation with humans. It always has to be something like that. Because they can't do it in the real world. They can't do it in a real sense. Can't create life, can't do the incredible things that God has done, maintain ecosystem, all that. Now you can do it, like I said. Now in the artificial term, you're trying to do it on the metaverse, man. But that's just that. It's just artificial, man. And in the Matrix, if you look at it, like I said, it bring me back to that, and I'm gonna end it on that. That in the Matrix, you saw that what was happening. The whole theme of it was they wanted to fight against it. The whole thing was when they woke up and realized what was going on, in turn they wanted to fight against it because everything in there was a lie. None of it was real. You saw how harsh the real world was. And once you wake up to that, it's no way you can, that you wouldn't want to shape and change your reality and live in your reality and make it the best that you can. But unbeknownst to some people, man, the real world is not that bad. Actually, man, I love life. I'm thankful for the life God has given me. The real world's not that bad to be in. Don't try to hide. It's going to be a lot of people hiding in the metaverse. Like I said, glitch trap type niggas, weirdos, murderers. You gonna have like the show Black Mirror. You gonna have men, 300-pound men, parading as women named Paris out in on the metaverse, trying to interact with men. You gonna have men in Grand Theft playing Avatar Grand Theft Autos, be little women, be little Hispanic women, but in turn, like I say, be 400-pound black dudes talking about how you doing. Nah, nigga, we ain't doing nothing. Nigga, we ain't. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. This is just the day. Like, I'm a real world person. Now, maybe I'm, you can call me old fashioned. Maybe I miss that way, but I definitely don't want to be a part of living in no fake, phony video game land. Niggas gonna be having all the toys they need, and they ain't gonna never come outside. They ain't gonna never get no exercise. Niggas gonna atrophy. You gonna see niggas just atrophy. They ain't gonna even be able to do nothing. Mark my words, man, with the more and more dudes already do that with video games, period. Like, they just immerse themselves. I used to do it as a kid, as a child. I used to play games. I didn't even sleep some days that I was playing a video game. Some days I didn't even sleep. But you gotta wake up, man. I was a kid doing that. And for your kids, it don't matter even then. That way I wasted a lot of time and I wasted time doing it. I could have developed a lot more, if just not playing all these video games all day. Get in the real world, man. Get active. And that's the same thing I tell kids today. Do not don't engulf yourself in this multiverse stuff. Just play it in your house, a little fun with it, whatever. But really, man, I say about 30 minutes to an hour a day, get up out of there. And for the people who work there, I feel sorry for y'all. Like, that stuff got to be like torture. You get sick and, But with that being said, the metaverse is proven to, like I said, it's already made someone sick. But it's gonna make people sick more and more. It's gonna make more people sick moving forward, and that's mentally, physically, and spiritually. Now the thing is, I'm not one on get on her and be like, oh, you're against technology, and that's BS. I'm one of the most tech savvy people you can know. I'm on her creating videos, doing all this. You have to know something about tech to do that. I love it. It's a gift and a curse though. I do understand that. It's truly the gift and the curse. Gift and the curse situation, man. So with that being said, it's your man, Nico B. I'm gone.